Welcome to The Explainer. We are currently witnessing an absolute paradigm shift in digital asset creation. Today, we're diving into source material that reveals how artificial intelligence is no longer just answering our random questions or drafting emails. It's literally building fully functional interactive mini-apps capable of generating passive income. We're going to unpack some incredibly structured, actionable insights that show exactly how this is being done right now.
Okay, let's dive into this. For a long time, the digital planner market, things like budget trackers and debt planners, was completely dominated by complex, incredibly heavy Excel sheets. We're talking files with over 50 or even 100 different tabs that required a ton of manual data entry. Well, that was the old way. The source material reveals that the era of these clunky spreadsheets is rapidly coming to an end. The new way, responsive, interactive HTML mini-apps that don't require absolutely any coding knowledge to create, all thanks to AI.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll cover the AI digital revolution, Strategy 1 with Etsy planners, perfecting your Etsy listing, Strategy 2 with B2B websites, and finally, direct outreach and sales.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the AI digital revolution, and specifically, the power of Claude.
Now, while a lot of people are familiar with tools like ChatGPT, our sources specifically highlight Claude AI for this process. Why? Well, because Claude is vastly outperforming older tools when it comes to writing comprehensive, uninterrupted code. You can literally ask it to write thousands of lines of code, and it won't just stop halfway through. It's capable of generating complete, fully functional front-end HTML web assets entirely from simple text prompts. And crucially, it does the whole shebang without needing any back-end service setup at all. Moving right along to Section 2, Strategy 1, Etsy Planners. This is our B2C, or direct-to-consumer model. $1,732. According to our sources, that is the exact amount earned in just 21 days using this AI method to build and sell a digital budget planner web app. It really just proves that everyday consumers are absolutely hungry for interactive, easy-to-use digital tools that upgrade their lives. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer level of functionality we're talking about. When we look at the Clear Wealth app detailed in the sources, it's staggering. It's a front-end only budget planner featuring complex income and expense trackers, multi-currency support, and even dark and light mode toggles. But the absolute most vital feature here is that one-click demo data integration. Think about it. When a user first opens this blank app, they might be totally confused. By adding a single button that populates the app with fake demo data, the user instantly sees what the graphs and trackers are supposed to look like. It's just a brilliant user experience hack.
So how do you actually get Claude AI to build something so complex? You use a technique the sources call vibe coding. Instead of learning complex programming languages or traditional syntax, you just talk to the AI like a regular person. You tell it exactly what features you want, and importantly, the aesthetic you're aiming for. As this prompt illustrates, you can specifically ask it to match the design and color scheme tastes of the European and USA markets. That ensures your product immediately appeals to buyers in those specific high-value regions.
Section 3, perfecting your Etsy listing and actually delivering the asset.
So, the crucial point is how you package this digital asset. You definitely cannot just upload random code to Etsy and expect a customer to know what to do with it. The sources indicate you've got to bundle your final product into two very specific files. First up, the HTML file. This is the actual responsive mini-app that the customer will open right in their web browser. Second, and arguably the most important for your long-term success, is the README text file. This serves as their instruction manual, the gateway to making sure they actually understand what they just bought. And inside this README file is a very specific, highly strategic element. You absolutely must include a link to an unlisted YouTube video tutorial inside that README file. The sources emphasize that a quick, roughly 6-minute walkthrough video is basically mandatory. Look, because this is a new type of digital file for a lot of consumers, they might get confused about how to actually open an HTML file, and if they get confused, they leave negative reviews, and negative reviews will completely tank your shop. The video completely stops this confusion in its tracks, guiding them step by step and drastically reducing any negative feedback.
Beyond the files themselves, Etsy has some pretty strict compliance and optimization rules you need to navigate. First off, you must keep your total file size under 20 megabytes. And crucially, you have to officially declare your use of an AI generator in your back-end settings just to stay compliant. To optimize the listing itself, the sources suggest building a smooth workflow. Leverage other AI tools like ChatGPT or Gemini to write your SEO titles and tags, and create high-converting mock-up images that visually highlight hooks and solve customer pain points right from the get-go.
All right, Section 4, Strategy 2, B2B websites. This is the active outreach model.
$500. The sources highlight this as a very realistic benchmark for what you can charge a business for a single AI-generated luxury website. By providing immense tangible value directly to a business, your earning potential per transaction literally skyrockets compared to a B2C digital planner.
And this brilliantly illustrates the sales pipeline for this B2B method. It's incredibly straightforward, literally just 3 steps. Step 1, open up Google Maps and find a target company. Let's say a restaurant somewhere in the United States. Step 2, simply copy their Google Maps share link and paste that directly into Claude AI. And step 3, take the complete website that Claude just generated and direct message it straight to the company.
Let's look at a really concrete example from the sources. A USA-based restaurant called The Modern was found on Google Maps. When their link was fed into Claude AI, the AI instantly scraped the map data and automatically built a beautiful multi-section website. It generated an elegant hero section, an About Us area pulling in actual guest reviews, an interactive menu, and perfectly formatted operating hours and contact info. It did all of this just by analyzing that one map link.
And what's honestly a bit hard to believe is how simple the prompt was to achieve this. All that was typed into Claude AI alongside the map link was, make an elegant luxury website for this restaurant based on this link. That is it. The AI handles all the heavy lifting, the coding, the design, and the data integration from literally just one sentence.
Finally, Section 5, Direct Outreach and Sales. Let's talk about closing the deal.
The name of the game here is consistency. The sources recommend targeting 5 to 10 companies globally every single day. You find their contact info, usually an Instagram page, an email, or maybe a WhatsApp number. Then, you simply send them the fully working HTML file up front as a free proof of concept. Imagine the undeniable value you create when a business owner opens a message and sees a fully built, gorgeous website specifically designed just for them. To close the deal, you simply offer to make custom edits, like updating a phone number or adding specific photos once they're on board.
Now, you might be wondering about getting paid, especially if you're living in one country and targeting businesses in the US or Europe. Well, the sources clarify that this is totally seamless. You can negotiate to receive your revenue via standard international bank transfers, or you can easily set up a platform like Payoneer to accept international payments securely and directly to your account.
So, we've walked through 2 incredibly structured AI-driven paths to generate income. The technology is absolutely here, the workflows are clearly mapped out, and honestly, the barrier to entry has never been lower. So, the only question left for you is, which AI passive income stream will you launch first? Will you build the B2C Etsy app? Or are you going to start targeting clients with the B2B Maps website? Think about it. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really can't wait to see what you build.